gonna
Is
open
it gonna
another
be?
thing. Okay, great. All right, you guys ready for this?
I am.
Okay, so we're talking about a very, very essential concept. Yes, Justin Bieber. We all know that he started with the song "Baby," and it sucked.
Oh, yeah.
From Syphilis.
Yes.
It sucked.
Thank you.
Baby,
Has the most dislikes on YouTube.
baby,
Has the most dislikes on YouTube.
baby.
Even got the
Yes,
it's
okay.
right.
And then he
Everyone
kind
dislikes.
of progressed. What did he progress to?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend was like a little bit better. If I was a boyfriend, I'm gonna let you go. Okay. And then he got to what's another song? Sorry is the most recent one. As you could tell if you guys were there, that everyone kind of likes that song now. Is it too late now to say sorry? Yes. So if you look on this paper, you will see that there's a few things that Justin Bieber has said in his songs. Just like the first one, this is so funny. We're asking the essential question: did Justin Bieber do teshuva? Now, I want you to put your thumb up if you know what the definition of teshuva is, or down if you don't, or medium if you're like, I'm not sure. So thumb up if you know. Okay, so Matan, what is the definition? What do you
To
think?
do teshuva is to come back and do it right. So like
To come back and do something to it right. Okay, cool.
to,
Any other ideas of what it could be? What is the first thing that comes to your minds? Elisa,
To like apologize for something, maybe.
you heard that? Apologize.
To say sorry.
To say sorry. To what?
Like accept you did something wrong.
To accept that you did something wrong. Cool. Okay, let's go over a few things that Justin Bieber has done in his life. The bad things. You guys remember that monkey that he left in
I was
Germany?
about to say that.
That was really mean. Do you guys know about that?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Guys, Justin Bieber had a pet monkey. And this was like not so long ago. He had a pet monkey. And he left it in Germany because he was too lazy. It had to go through like customs, and he left it in Germany. Something like that.
Justin was not qualified or mentally intelligent enough to have a monkey.
Yes.
But he still
Monkeys
had another
would
person.
be
Yes.
smarter than him.
Another thing that he did. Anybody else know of things that he did?
He's Canadian.
He drove a car. He drag raced.
Yeah, he drag raced. He drove a car while he was drunk.
come on, we all do
Spit
that.
on, he spit on fans.
He was arrested.
He showed up 2 hours late to a concert. Now, what would it take? As I got some various definitions before,
He said
what
he
would
was
it
sorry.
take for a person like this? What would it take for a person like this to do teshuva? To return. A lot of times when you hear the word teshuva, you think of repentance. I'm saying sorry. Second. But it's about coming back to who you are, returning to who you're supposed to be, and what that means is we all inherently are good people. So what would it take for Justin Bieber to return to do teshuva?
Just be a nice person.
1 second, just think about it. Yeah, you have the
I
answer?
have an easy answer. I
Yeah.
think two unforgivable things are starting a genocide or marrying a Kardashian. They didn't do either of those. So I think he can go back and choose. Now saying it'll be easy, no.
Right.
Just saying sorry in a song, I don't think if he went out and apologized to everyone, admitted everything he did.
Any other ideas? Let's put it a little more broadly. What would it take for a bad person or someone that has done something bad in their life to do teshuva? Laura.
Yes. So I think that for like a normal, like everyday person, you just kind of like need to recognize, because like the whole point is like you recognize what you did bad. Because if you feel like if you have a punishment for something that you don't really recognize as bad, it's not really doing anything. Like it's just a punishment. But, like for someone like Justin Bieber, who like clearly has a loyal like band of followers, even though he's like a lunatic, which like whatever. But
Yeah.
it takes like a lot more for him to like do for like people to get mad at him, which kind of like doesn't really force him to like really do anything for his action, which doesn't really have punishment. If he goes to jail, he gets out. Like it just doesn't really.
Okay, cool. Here,
There's a
we'll,
few steps to do teshuva. The first
Okay.
one, you have to first acknowledge that you did something wrong.
okay.
Then you have to accept that you're not going to do it again. And then you also have to accept that in the future you're going to change yourself.
So you think
So after you finish all of those things, you can actually have done teshuva. And then you consider you did it. So.
cool. Okay, great. So I'm bringing this up because I don't know if you guys know, but Justin Bieber did something called the roast on Comedy Central.
I love
that was so
that
funny.
so
Put your thumbs up if
much.
you know what that is.
Yes.
Stuck middle. You're not sure. So the roast on Comedy Central is where you put yourself. This is crazy. It's like as if me, Jennifer Romanoff, were to be put myself on a pedestal and say, everybody make fun of me. It's a roast. You're literally being roasted by a bunch of really strategic comedians. So he put himself on the stage and people made a lot of fun of him. Like, it was really crazy. But I want to tell you, the reason why this topic came to my mind is because he said something at the end that was a little interesting. Now, first of all, after being made fun of and told he was like the worst person ever, how do you think he would react?
Angry.
I mean, I don't think he cares.
He asked you
Angrily, you're not sure if he cares.
He could pull a Kanye West and
Like
tell
a
him-
joke, like he would throw a joke
Yeah,
back.
immature.
Any immature? Any other ideas?
I said acting immature.
Act immature. Right.
No,
So
much.
mature. Oh, he will act mature.
He could.
He could. But do you think after all the things that he's done, he would?
Well, if you were sensible.
If he was sensible, then yes.
He was doing it for his image.
He was doing it for his image. Okay.
Or attention.
Or attention. Okay.
It's like Miley
So it's
Cyrus.
interesting, yeah.
No,
The
my
thing that he
Cyrus
said at
is
the end, listen up to this. This is how he ended the whole entire roast. There was no preparing me for this life. I was thrown into this at 12 years old, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. A little excuse, okay. There have been moments that I have been proud of, then a lot of moments that I'm disappointed in myself for. Things that I've done that really don't define who I am. I'm a kind-hearted person. I'm quoting Justin Bieber right now. I'm a kind-hearted person who loves people, and through it all, I lost my best qualities. This is so heartfelt.
Wow.
For that, I am sorry. Okay, now, I know, right?
Too late though.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Um,
So I'm going to transition. We recently, in Judaism, we read a story about this guy named Yehuda. Now, naturally we're related to him because we are called Yehudi, we are Jews. So why are we named after him? This is also a super dramatic story. Just like, and we are smiling because we've been learning a little bit, just like Justin Bieber has a little bit dramatic story. You think that was interesting? Wait till you hear this story. So Yehuda has a lot of brothers. He has 12. Now one of them is the favorite. Now if you had a bunch of brothers and one of them was the favorite, and it was obvious that the father was favoring this one person, and you were not that favorite, how would you feel? Annoyed, left
Betrayed.
out, upset, betrayed, annoyed, left out. I knew there was one more. Left out. Yeah. So what happens is the one that is favored. Does anybody know? Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. He's favored. One day, the father, Yaakov, says, you know what? All the boys were like working in the field, all the other brothers, and Yosef kind of stood to the side, and the father was like, you know what, Yosef, you go out there, go check up on your brothers, go see what they're doing. So imagine, he's walking, and he gets to this place, and the brothers see him from afar. And first of all, they notice it's him because he's wearing this beautiful coat.
Oh.
And this beautiful coat was given to him by his father, who favors him. And what do they feel? When you see your favorite brother coming and you don't really like him, what do you feel? Jealousy, left out, all these things that you said before.
Like, I want to pull my hairs out one by one.
Yes. Honestly, they hate him so much, that they decide they want to do something drastic. What is the most drastic thing you could do to someone? Murder them. Thank you. And they decide that they want to murder him. But, listen to this, what Yehuda does. Yehuda comes around, the guy we're named after, he comes around, what does he say? You know what? There's no use in us murdering this kid. You know what? It's just not worth it. What is worth it? Selling him. Let's throw him in a pit, and let's sell him instead. If he dies, then he dies. We're not going to get any benefit. Isn't this insane? That's crazy what he's saying. I'd rather sell my brother for money because I'd rather make a profit off him than see him die.
But, like, what would you get from, like, wait, I'm confused. Like,
So you get paid. Yes, so people actually come by, they see him, he's thrown into a pit, they take him, he's thrown into a pit. This is a really, I'm saying it really quickly, but can you imagine how many people are here? I can't count. But if we all come together and we threw one guy in a pit and we're just, well actually, right after they threw him in a pit, they sat down and they had a meal. As he was sitting in the pit that was filled with bugs, it says in Rocky, it's very interesting. They just sat down and they had a meal. They were so careless, and Yehuda, the guy we're named after, started it. Okay. So what happens is he gets sold. Yosef goes down to Egypt. And I'm not going to tell the whole story of Yosef. If you want to ask me about it after, I'll tell you. But what happens is he gets a lot of power because he interprets all these dreams, and he knows that there's going to be a famine, so he collects all this food, and now he's in charge, and he has all the food. And the brothers are back where they are. What happens? The brothers need food, because why?
They're hungry.
Famine. Because why are they hungry?
They're poor.
And there's a famine. No, there's a famine.
There's a famine.
There's a famine. And who has food?
Yosef.
Yosef. Where's Yosef?
In
Egypt.
the
I actually
palace.
didn't tell you. Egypt. Thank you.
Egypt.
Sorry, thank you for correcting me.
Actually,
He was
you
sold
did
into
tell us.
Egypt. Did I say that?
Yeah, you said.
Thank you. So he was sold into Egypt. So now where do the brothers have to go to get food?
Egypt.
And who do they have to go to?
Just get the whole story about how he gave command.
I know. We can talk about that after.
No.
So they have to go down. Now Yosef is a changed person. Now imagine this was years later. He was thrown in a pit. He was a younger boy, and now he comes back, and he has a full beard. He has a full Egyptian garb. If you were to go see this person, and he was your brother, you might not recognize him because he's changed his demeanor completely. So all these brothers gather around, except one. One wasn't there.
Why?
Why would one not be there?
Maybe they were angry.
Because he was.
Think about it for a second.
Because he was the
One
brother.
second. Yes, Elise.
Because he was the brother that wasn't there. He couldn't be there because he was the one that was. No, I don't know how to explain it.
That's okay.
He doesn't want to lose like 9%.
Yes. So
I
the
guess
next
that.
youngest one, Benjamin, as you said. Benjamin, the next youngest one. The father, imagine this drama, the father lost his first son, Yosef, his favorite son who he gave his coat to. Yeah, not his last son. And he gave this coat to him, and if you guys remember, the brothers soaked the coat in blood, and then they gave it back to him, and they're like, a wild beast ate your son, and the father's favorite son. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. This is crazy. And he was always so upset about it. And now, here comes a time when the brothers have to leave again, and the father doesn't want to let go of the youngest one. Why?
Because it's his new favorite son.
It reminds him of Yosef because that's his immediate brother, first of all, because he had 4 wives. I know it's a little weird, but he had 4 wives. And this was the other son to that person. And he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose the next youngest one because he has this tragic experience. If you were to experience loss like that, you obviously wouldn't want to experience again. So he says, Benjamin, you're going to stay here. So the brothers go down. Yosef sees them, and naturally, he recognizes them. And they don't recognize him. And they say, can I have food? And they explain their whole story. We're 12 brothers. We're from here. And it's weird because there's actually only 10 of them there. And Yosef gets a little suspicious. And he knows, obviously, because he's Yosef, he was one of the brothers that's missing. But he knows who Benjamin is. But he decides that he's going to play something. He's going to play a little trick on them. He says, oh, you're 12 brothers? That's so interesting. Well, where's the other one? Okay, one was missing, one's dead, whatever. But the other one is left at home because the father doesn't want him to come. He just doesn't want to come. Oh yeah? Oh, that's weird. I don't believe you. You want food? You have to prove to me you guys aren't spies. It's like a big thing in the back in the day. I'm trying to think of something relevant for today. You guys
How
aren't
do you prove that?
hackers. I don't know. Like, you're gonna prove to me. You're gonna prove to me that you're not spies. And how are you gonna prove that? Because you're gonna bring this so-called brother to me that you have, and then maybe I'll believe you. And then they have no choice, so they have to go. And they say, are you sure? No, you gotta go. You gotta bring me back this one brother. So the brothers go back, and they go to their father. And what happens? They say, sorry, Dad, we couldn't get any food because they wanted Benjamin. And the father's like, oh, okay, so never mind. We can live without food. There's a flaw in that because you can't live without food. So time passes by, and now they're getting a little desperate. So what happens? Guys, this is the father. Guys, you gotta go down to Egypt again. You gotta go down. I know we've already experienced this, but you gotta go down. They step up and they say, Dad, remember what happened last time? If we go down now without Binyamin, what's gonna happen? They're gonna think we're spies, and then we're all gonna get killed. Do you want that? And the father, out of desperation and hunger, he has to say, okay. He says, okay. Can you imagine? But I swear, if you let anything happen to him, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. It's just gonna be very tragic. Yehuda comes up, Dad, I got this. Don't worry. The brothers, we got this. We're gonna watch over Binyamin. Don't worry, we got this, Dad. You trust us? We got this. We will watch over him. So they go down, And now they have Binyamin, and now Yosef sees them. He says, "Oh, you have a brother. Okay, good. Let's get you guys food. You're on spies." They have this big meal, and it seems like the story is going so well for the brothers. And then they send him, and then he sends them off. Yosef sends them off with a lot of food. Now here's the trick. He's going to trick them again. He is going to put a goblet in Binyamin's backpack. He's going to frame Binyamin. So he puts a cup, a goblet, the king's goblet, in Binyamin's cup, packed with all the food because they packed all their bags, and he sends them away. So the brothers leave. They're so excited. They have all this food. They can't wait to go back. And all of a sudden, they hear some people behind them. These people are the Egyptian guards, and they say, hey, hold up. Don't go yet. I'm pretty sure you guys stole something from us. They stole? Why would we steal? You just gave us all this stuff. Why would we steal from you? Thank you so much for everything you've done. Look, check our bags. Check our bags. Look, I don't want to do anything. You can check our bags. So they start in the Torah. They start from the oldest one. Look, nothing. Oldest, middle, youngest. Oh my God. The youngest one, he has that goblet in his bag. And you can imagine the horror of the brothers' faces when the Egyptian guards say, "This kid, Benjamin, he's coming with us. He's coming back to Egypt with us." Horror. And they told their dad they're going to take care of him. But there is no fighting these people. They take Benjamin. And the brothers are left to try to figure out something to do. This is a moment for Yehuda to do something very drastic. Yehuda, this is like his deepest thing. This is why we are named after him today. And it goes, there's a few other elements of the story that we could talk about at a different time. But right here is when he decides to make a change. He walks into this room. So if you can imagine, let's say I'm Yosef, and everyone comes in, and Yehuda's walking up, and he's walking up to this Egyptian powerful person, and he says, "Excuse me, my master, I am here to claim my brother." He goes through all the details of the story about how he has all these brothers. He lost one before, and it was so tragic for him to lose that other brother. And if we can't bring this one brother back, the father's gonna go crazy. You cannot let me leave empty-handed. You cannot. I demand that I will go in place for Binyamin. I do not care. Take me as a slave instead of Binyamin. Now, we don't have to talk about Yosef right now, but can you imagine the feelings? Because who was the person that set Yosef up in the first place? Yehuda. Here we are in a flipped situation, and Yehuda is doing something to get his other brother back. I'm going to pause for a second. He completed something called teshuva, as we spoke about in the beginning. And he completed it in a way, teshuva means a lot of things, as you guys were shouting out before. Here's a good way to do teshuva. I'm going to give you a source. You're going to turn to the person next to you. You're going to read it. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you're going to tell me what exactly did Yehuda do that made him have a full and complete teshuva. Okay? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Just turn to the person next to you and to go over this. Here you go. You just have that.
Yeah, I really like that.
It's really easy reading. Yeah, English on the bottom. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and you could talk amongst yourselves to see.
So, I guess. What is confusing? The person the original sin again, and is physically able to sin again. But
What is the person has the opportunity?
You first sing this to us, and then you go.
No. Physical ability for sinning.
and then
Yeah, it's true.
even though he's still
Joseph, most technicolor dream cut.
I saw when I was 9.
Maybe. We keep trying. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 more minute. You can skim it if you need to.
It follows the story.
What? This? Oh, the play. After.
Okay, lesson's gonna be like on the.
It's fine.
Jen, I have a question. So it says,
1 second, we'll just one more minute and then we'll talk about it.
I don't think.
Okay, we're gonna pause. You can look up. You can look up. You can put it down, and you can look up. Husband.
No.
All right. Someone raise their hand and tell me what they just read. Yeah, Sarah, can you speak loudly so everyone can hear just in case?
You got this, Sarah.
So, if you sin your whole life and then you repent on your dying day, you're still forgiven.
Did anyone find anything else? Because there's a few aspects to it.
I couldn't hear that.
If you sin on your dying day, if you sin your whole life and then you repent on your dying day, you are forgiven.
Aliza, what did you find?
okay, so when someone has an opportunity to, when someone sins and then they have the opportunity to do the same thing, but they don't, like that's what repentance is considered.
Anybody else?
But I have a question. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that someone puts a bacon cheeseburger in front of me and I eat it, which is highly, highly unlikely.
Okay.
Actually, Noah. But like, and then,
So if you heard it, someone puts a bacon cheeseburger in front of Aliza, yeah.
and I eat it, and then the next time they put it in front of me and I decide not to eat it, all my sins will be forgiven? Like, I don't understand.
So it's a little bit more complicated than that, but essentially that's the idea.
Wait, so I could just let you know that next time I won't do it, and I'm gonna remember it?
It's not that simple, but that's the idea. If you are placed, there's a lot of aspects of teshuva, but if you can imagine, think about a scenario, and we're going to do this thumbs up thing again. Think about a scenario that you know you've done something wrong, and you can admit it to yourself that you want to fix it, but you don't have to admit it to other people. But think to yourself about a scenario that you know you've done something wrong, and you just put your thumbs up like on your chest.
I'm perfect.
And you know that you want to fix it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
So the essence of what this is saying is that when you're placed in a situation that puts you in that same scenario that you're just thinking of right now, and you can overcome that, and there's a few other things that are a part of that, but that really helps you get to a place of teshuva, of returning to who you are. So recently, back to Justin Bieber, he was asked to perform in the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade, and he committed to it. And guess what happened? He bailed. He bailed. Now, is this a repetition of something similar that he's done before?
Yep.
Yes. So, according to this, would he have done teshuva? No. Okay, we're not going to really think about if Justin Bieber did teshuva or not. Obviously, that's a fun topic, and you can definitely look into it if you want. But the point is, think about how you can do your own personal teshuva for things that you've done in your life. So, what you just thought about before, and what we were just talking about with Yehuda, the essence of this, of doing a teshuva for yourself, is to figure out something that you've done wrong and that you want to fix. Admit that you know you've done something wrong, so you admit it to yourself. It's generally better to admit it verbally to someone else, which is fine. Know that you are returning, just like, I forgot to say something before, just like Yehuda when he said, this is a new idea that I'll just bring in really quickly. This is something that he said when I accentuated on when Yehuda walked in, he said, excuse me, did anyone remember what he said right when he walked in? Excuse me, my master. So it's instead of it meaning, excuse me, my master, him talking to Yosef, this is really deep.
It's God.
It's essentially that, but excuse me, my master is inside of me. Yosef, you cannot mess with me. Not Yosef. Egyptian prime minister, you cannot mess with me because I know what I'm about to do is right. I'm returning to who I really want to be, and I know it's going to work out because I am a Jewish soul. I have it inside of me, and it's going to work. So by knowing that you can return to who you are on the inside, it's possible because you have God inside of you. You have I'll repeat this. You have God inside of you. You can return to a good place in yourself because you have someone rooting for you, yourself and God inside of you. And when you're put in a place that you have to make these hard decisions for your life, you're going to be able to do it. Justin Bieber may have done teshuva, we don't really know. Yehuda definitely did. And you guys are all capable of doing that too. Thank you guys for coming.
Did you just do this because his manager is Jewish?
It's so funny, his father's actually Jewish, Justin Bieber's father.
And
You know
also
that?
his manager is Scooter Braun.